everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about Not Quite Dead by Holly Jackson. This is her first book as an adult. No, an adult. I got it off of NetGalley.
Same.
And so this is about Jet, who, after a fall festival, gets attacked and hit in the head a couple times. And because she's also dealing with kidney disease, this essentially sets off a ticking time bomb that will eventually lead to a brain aneurysm. So she's essentially only got 7 days to figure out who was trying to kill her. And so mystery ensues. She goes and kind of works on solving her pre-murder? I don't know. Her almost murder? She will die, so I guess it is still murder. But basically she's just kind of solving clues, and there are a lot of people around her who it could be. She's kind of uncovering secrets, and there are a lot of old family dramas that are getting brought back up again, and I'm just going to say everybody in this book sucks. That's kind of what I left with. Like, I didn't like any of the characters. They just all suck, so.
So when I read the description, I'm like, it's such an interesting idea for a description. I'm like, and I thought I was really going to like this, and I really didn't. And like, first of all, she had an aneurysm, right? She had this brain injury, and there was like, it caused a brain bleed, and there was like a bone near the aneurysm, and so.
So no, what I think ended up happening is a bone broke off when she got hit. It went into her brain, and I'm assuming very similar to, like, I could be making stuff up, but basically the bone fragment is in her brain and an aneurysm forms around it. So there wasn't an aneurysm at the time of her getting hit, and actually it hadn't formed, I guess, for a few days, because essentially I think with aneurysms, it's just like a backup of blood flow.
So I thought an aneurysm, and you would know this better than me because you had an aneurysm, but I thought an aneurysm was like when you took a balloon and like you squeeze all the air into one spot and that spot becomes like weakened. I thought that happened with the blood, that like there was a spot that like the blood kind of pooks out, and when they clip an aneurysm, like they say on Grey's Anatomy, they go in and they clip that extra and they seal the artery, and the blood can keep flowing.
I mean, yeah, that is basically it. I guess all I know is there was bone floating around in her head and an aneurysm formed around it. So I don't know how that works.
Well, instead of
What you're saying is right. I mean, what you're saying is right. Like, it's a soft, like a thinner spot in the veins, and basically blood flow gets backed up there, and
kind of pooks out, and that flop because it's weaker, so we clip that and we seal it. Not important. My medical school through Grey's Anatomy, so not important. My thing is, I thought like if you had an aneurysm, like if you sneezed, it could pop. But she's like doing all this stuff, and I'm like, how is she doing like jumping off of buildings and stuff? And
well,
it's fine.
I mean, we're talking about blood flow, right? I would think that high blood pressure would impact it. And so if you're taking this action, high octane kind of stuff, I would think that it would set off her brain, and like it would cause a brain bleed much quicker because your blood is moving faster. And also she talks about at one point where she's eating more salt and not taking her high blood pressure meds. Like, I would think that they'd want her to rest. But also, being that I had a brain aneurysm and I know what that headache feels like, I wouldn't have been escaping burning buildings or using sledgehammers on concrete driveways.
Well,
I couldn't keep anything down. Like, I vomited everything I ate. Like, there was no me moving about the cabin.
I just like well, and honestly, like I didn't think the writing was particularly good. I didn't feel like I got to know the characters. The twists and turns, like I was like, well, this is the most ridiculous thing that could happen at this point, and that's what happened. And I'm sorry, but it has become a total pet peeve of mine when it is obvious that the book was originally written to be based somewhere else, but we're going to base it somewhere random in the US to try to sell more copies. And maybe around the rest of the world, because A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the Netflix show, is based in a city in England, a town in England, which
Yeah.
is what I'm reading the book, what I assumed, and that the publisher in the US just changed it. But if you're going to do that, you got to change all the British stuff. Because if not, it's just awkward.
I, my thing is, I can move past a lot of all of the things that you were talking about. I really could. If there was a character that I genuinely liked, I didn't like any of them. They all sucked.
A lot of
And
them like were horrible, doing horrible things to people. And
like Jet was not awesome, and like the only glimmer of hope was Billy, and like he was so weak and annoying. It was like an annoying little brother.
Jet's dad wasn't bad, but he's on the page for like maybe 10 pages at the
I
most.
mean, he was okay, but he was also kind of a butthole.
I just, I mean,
And then like you get to this sappy part near the end, like, and I'm just gonna say the letters, and like that is not giving anything away, right? Like,
no.
because I'm being vague about it. But like, you get to that point, and it's supposed to have like a real impact, and to make me feel something emotionally. And I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't hate this book, but I was not a fan. And like, you know what? Those Goodreads reviews, what the heck? Like, am I reading a
I feel
different
like
book?
I read a different book when I went back to look at the Goodreads reviews. Well, and
Like, no, this book is not good.
it doesn't feel like an adult book. It feels like it's written exactly like her YA books.
Yes.
So I don't even know if an adult, like, I mean, there are some adults who like the adults who read her YA books will read this. But, and I don't think that, like, they keep telling you how old they are, but they're not behaving like they're that old. And, like, other than the premise, which is interesting, but once you start poking holes in the premise, there's nothing there. I didn't like the characters. The setting's not particularly good. The mystery wasn't particularly well developed. The writing's kind of clunky. I kind of liked the cover. And I was looking forward to this. Like, I was kind of excited about this book.
I think this was enough to just like I'm done with Holly Jackson, at least for the foreseeable future. Like I'm done.
I think we should just rate it.
Okay. Our rating scale starts with 5 unicorns, goes down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, doesn't get a horn, and is therefore a horse. Where are you?
I'm going to go with a 2. And to me, that's a generous 2 because I can't really think of anything all that redeemable. But I mean, like,
So like
I've read
I'm
worse.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's a horse. Like this book made me viscerally angry that I had to read it. Like I'm like, this is a waste of my time. Like
Yeah.
I did not like it, and I don't understand you people on Goodreads. So you'll have to comment on like why you liked it, because I don't get it.
Maybe we missed something.
Maybe.
So, and if I missed something, please let me know. So that is where we are on Not Quite Dead.
Not quite dead. By
And
Holly.
we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.